Hey guys, I'm back again. I know I did like that little bye thing, but I had to make it look different for today's video. So for today, from 7:30 to 8:30, no, actually, we had the choice to either sleep in or go to Sobeys. So my mom was just like, "Oh, why don't you go to Sobeys?" And I'm just like, "What am I gonna get? I'm leaving Friday." Like, we literally finished this week, so I'm just like, what am I gonna get? So, like, there's no point. So I slept, and we could sleep until, like, 10-ish, because we had to be there by 10:30. And so I got to relax, and that was amazing. And then after that, we had to do our DE, like, practicing pitches and stuff, because our pitches are tomorrow. Like, literally what we've worked for all these weeks, we're doing it tomorrow. I don't think we took it seriously because we've been like chilling most of the time, but that's because we worked so much in the first 2 weeks. I think we got everything that we needed to get done, and that's fine. Obviously, we're going to discuss though who says what, because we don't want things to get jumbled up, and that was most of the advice that we got from our mentors, was that everything is not confusing, and that our pitches say what like needs to be said, and people have their own lines and nobody gets confused. Like, it was more of like a pitching advice, not like a what you can do better for your techniques of your designs or anything like that. And after that, it was lunch, and lunch was actually pretty good. It was literally chicken nuggets and fries. Like, what can I complain about? The fries, I know I said usually they're too salty or soggy, but I don't know. I think it's because I waited too long for my fries. They got crisped up, and they weren't that salty because I had plum sauce with it and, like, lettuce to be healthy. And so that kind of balanced it out. Honestly, today's, like, fries were pretty good. Like, it wasn't bad. And so I liked that. And then, guys, because I didn't have breakfast, I was so hungry I came back for seconds, which is even crazier because who comes back for a second plate of food? Not me, but I did. And so I had that. And then we had our SHAD Olympics, which is one of the committees. There was SHAD Olympics, Verity Show, which is basically a talent show, gratitude and birthdays, social media, memories, like the yearbooks and stuff like that. And so today it was SHAD Olympics to show off. And so they organized a set of games, and we did that from 1 until 4:30. It was like basketball, like a marathon running thing. It was either like you're running for speed or running for length. And then there was ultimate frisbee. I don't know how they organized this, but like a game of Clash Royale. I don't even know. And then what was it? Family Feud, and then that was it. And then we got free time, obviously, from 4:30 to 6:30. And me and a couple of friends, we went to outside. We went outside to, like, because we got extended boundaries, so we could go out, like, to extended boundaries. And so we left, and it was a pretty group that we went in, like a pretty big group. So some of us went to the Korean barbecue, and some of us went to this cafe place. And so I went to the, not the barbecue, sorry. I went to the cafe, and I got like this little mango-y fizzy drink. Like, it was called an Italian soda, and then I was just asking her, like, not the bartender, cashier? I don't know what you would call someone like that. So I was just like, oh, what's an Italian soda? She was basically like, oh, it's just sparkling water with, like, the syrup of the flavor you want. And I was just like, oh, I was just like, can I get a mango? She's like, yeah, do you want just mango? And I was just like, yeah, I just want just mango. Because I didn't know if you had to pay extra for more flavors, and I didn't want to do that. And because it was, like, my first time having it, I didn't want to jumble up flavors and then not waste that money because I didn't like it. So I got the mango because I'm like, what could go wrong with mango? And it was honestly pretty good. It tasted exactly what she said. It just tasted like a flavored fizzy drink. And that was good. I thought it wouldn't be sweet enough, but it was. And then I called my mom, and then my mom didn't pick up, and then she called me, and then she was just like, hey, where are you? I'm just like, oh, I'm at a cafe. And then she's like, do you go out every day? And I'm just like, no, but like I just wanted to explore. So we're at a cafe and she's like, what did you get? I'm just like, oh, I got this fizzy drink. And then she was just like, did you get something to eat? And I'm just like, no. She's like, why? I'm just like, oh, cause like it's a little expensive. And then she was so mad at me because she was just like, why do you care about money? Oh, blah, 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 blah. And so I was just like, okay, I'll get something. And then I hung up, and then I got a grilled cheese. I didn't eat it though. I'm gonna eat it later because I'm not hungry right now. I filled up on the fizzy drink. So, and plus I had like 2 plates of chicken nuggets and fries. So I'm full. So I was like, I didn't even want to eat there. But then I was like, just get it anyways. Like, cause she's always just like, when I get something, she's like, just get it for dinner if you don't want it now. Cause you don't eat dinner there either. So it's like, fine. I mean, I was gonna get cereal for dinner, so it is what it is. And now we're back, and I'm just chilling in my room. After this, we have our all SHAD meeting, and then we have an IV chat. An IV chat is basically like literally what it sounds like. The staff, like the main staff, the people who run the program, they know a couple of people who attended schools in the Ivy League. So, you know, Ivy Leagues are basically like very, what's the word for it? Prestigious schools in America. So like Harvard, Yale, Brown, Princeton, Penn State, like all those universities. And so they know people who went there, and basically we're gonna have a meeting with them, and we're basically gonna talk to them and be like, oh, like what do you need to do to get in? Like basically just asking them questions like if we want to go to schools there. I know a lot of us do, but a lot of us are also just like in the state of the world right now in America, if it's a really safe thing to do. But I don't know, I've wanted to go to like a school. I wanted to go to like an Ivy League school. Like I wanted to go to Yale, but my mom doesn't want me to go to America. And also I don't think I'm like meeting the requirements for Yale anyways, because I have to take the SATs, and a lot of people who do apply for Ivy League, they take the SATs like a year before they graduate or something. So I don't know if I'm meeting that requirement, but honestly, I don't really want to take the test because I've taken a similar version of that test, but like I guess the Canadianized version. I don't really know what you call it. It's called the SSATs, not the SATs. And so like I'm just like, I'm done with standardized tests. But honestly, I kind of want to see, because there's some schools that don't require you to take the SATs, like Columbia, and Harvard did it for a while, but I think they brought back the SATs, so I have no idea. And then we have our engineering challenge so SHAD meeting 6:30 to 7, 7 to 8 the IV chat, and then from 8 to 10 we have another engineering challenge. So far our engineering challenge was the egg drop, the boat, and now I have no idea. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will update you guys on the IV chat and the engineering challenge. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go chill. Bye guys. Okay guys, so I'm back after my little everything. Sorry it's a little loud. We're having a dance party in the hallways. But after I gave you that little update, we did the Ivy chat, and that was pretty cool. We got to speak to people. So the people that we got to speak to was one of the staff, and then one of the staff's husband. So her husband went to Yale as a grad student, and so he got to talk about his experience there. One of the staff went to Cornell as an undergraduate, and then one of our PAs is actually going to Columbia to get her master's in the fall. So we had a pretty interesting conversation, and the PA that is going to Columbia talked about how she applied to Columbia and NYU as an undergraduate, like not as an undergraduate, but like she was applying to be an undergraduate there, and she talks about her experience there, like doing like the standardized tests, or like, but she didn't do it because it was around COVID time. But she talked about like how extracurriculars were important and all of that stuff, and so they all had a bit of their discussion, and yeah, so that was pretty interesting. And then we had our engineering challenge, which was basically making bridges, and we made bridges using like spaghetti and lasagna sheets and like pasta shells and whatever. And so we did that. And then ours was pretty interesting. Like my group, we spent like most of the time arguing about the design, and then the rest of the time our hot glue gun, because that's all we could use to attach it together, and tape was like being used, so we had to wait for that, and then kind of just fell apart from there. We built ours within like the last couple of minutes, like 20 minutes or so, and it broke with like, it was supposed to, the goal of it was to carry 40 pounds, and I don't think it made it past maybe two. It was like little like weightlift bars things. I don't know how much each was, but I carried the first one, and then the second one it broke, and then we tried to continue, but we just couldn't. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And hi, Stella. Oh, it's room check.
Okay, you're good. Good night. You're all good.
Okay, we guessed you. Okay, put me down for a point. I did guess the door. I said the front door when I was washing my face.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye. That was our PA, and she came for a room check, and I was vlogging. Anyways, that's it from me, but good night, and I will see you tomorrow.